session. And then I will usually, by that time, I will usually have a pretty good idea about what the dream is about. Approach it quite slowly to understanding the dream themselves. And I'll start to ask them questions.
Okay, coming at you barefaced today. This is a get ready with me. What makeup products are my faves as of late? Just basically, what does my everyday makeup routine look like? Figure this is a good kind of video to start to come back with, transition myself back onto being in this channel. And I just washed my hair. Today will not be hair focused at all. I just needed to wash my hair. So this is how you guys fit into the schedule. I'll probably do a hair video eventually, but yes, maybe will I leave this on this whole video? Let's see, how dry are we? Ugh, I feel like there's still a bunch of crap in my hair. I'll talk about this more in the video, but I've been trying different DIY stuff. Some DIYs are better than others. That's all. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into the routine. Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you guys about this stuff for obviously a very long time, so let's get into it. I have not moisturized my face yet. I figured I would do it on camera. I'm using the Lush Celestial Moisturizer. This is kind of, I think they're one formulated for people with sensitive skin. Sometimes I feel like I have sensitive skin, sometimes I don't know. I have just been trying this one because I previously often would use the Kors pomegranate one. I've probably mentioned it on this channel at some point, but I have kind of like combination skin. Growing up, my skin was always pretty oily. I would still say it leans oily, but I do have sections, especially around my mouth, especially in the winter, that get drier. So anyway, since it's winter right now, I felt like the pomegranate one was not hydrating enough, so I'm using this one and I really like it. It has a very light sort of like vanilla scent, and so far no complaints. It is something I would probably repurchase. I typically with my moisturizer try to like first spread it out and then lightly, gently push in upward motions. I think I'm actually gonna grab a little scrunchie, BRB. Okay, so I let that set for a bit, usually while I'm running around doing other things, but since I'm already dressed for this video, we'll just go ahead and start diving into the routine. I still use, I feel like I also talked about this on my channel like forever ago, One Heck of a Blot from Soap and Glory. Eventually I would like to get a different primer just because I don't know, I just want to try something different, but this is what I have in my collection right now, and we're just waiting to use her up. I don't wear foundation, but I do like to use a primer just because I find it helps to keep me a little bit more matte. Of course, the goal these days is never to be super matte. We just take a moment to appreciate, because I feel like when I was in high school, that was the goal. Like everyone would wear that like Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse foundation and just like tons of powder. The goal was to like not have any shine on your face whatsoever, not to appear as if one has any sort of dew, any sort of humanly glow. And I just feel so thankful that we are no longer living in those times. Okie doke. Next, I will use some sort of balm situation. I just have this Burt's Bees one right now because I got it for free from someone at work. So yeah, not too picky. I always keep like a gross little makeup rag around to wipe my hands because I am someone who is a hand makeup applier. I've tried the beauty blenders, I've tried the brushes. Brushes are good for some things for me, but ultimately, naturally, I just always want to use my hands. So this is gonna be a hand-centric makeup video today. I have two Glossier concealers. This is my favorite concealer. This is their Stretch Concealer, and I have two shades. I have a slightly darker one, which is more my skin tone. This is G5, and then I have more of a highlight shade, which is G7. I reserve the darker, more my skin tone shade for when I have blemishes and things, but luckily my skin is looking pretty okay right now, so I don't think I'm gonna worry about that too much today, and we're just gonna take this lighter shade on the ring finger and start patting that in. And then, I guess I do have a bit of a scar here, but my focus with makeup is not to cover everything up. I will conceal some of this redness a little bit around my nose, and literally, that's it. More power to those who would like to wear foundation. I just find it actually often like breaks me out, or I just suck at doing it like in a natural way. So it just doesn't work for my routine and my preferences. I'm just lightly patting that out. I also kind of try to always like blend this up into the cheekbone just because the stretch concealer has a bit of a glow to it, which I really like. So often I actually don't use a highlighter, and I will just have this as my sort of daily glow. But for the sake of this video, I'll probably highlight with y'all today. Next, I'm taking the Ilia multi-stick in Dreamer, which is just like a stick cream blush. And I kind of just run it back and forth a couple of times. Blush, I would say, is kind of the center point, the focal point of my makeup looks on the daily. So this is where I go a little ham. And just with 2 fingers, I find that this always works best. 2 fingers on both hands at the same time because I'm going for efficiency here and trying to be quick. I'll just like blend these little sections out. It's basically that. Super easy. Actually, this is probably my favorite cream blush that I've ever used. So there you have it. With that, we're basically good with the face makeup. Last step for that will be my Fenty Beauty powder. And you don't need a ton of this necessarily. So yeah, just using that to set all over, especially focusing on the lids, the under eyes, around the nose, basically where I put concealer, my forehead, just because that gets quite shiny, chin, and then whatever's left, very lightly go over my blush to set it. Okie doke. Next, we have the brows. I have a few brow products that are my faves, so I'll talk about all of them. I'm not sure if I'll use all of them. Most days I will use Brow Flick from Glossier. It's just like a little marker sort of pen situation that you can use to draw in brow hairs. I also more recently got the Charlotte Tilbury, what are these things even called? Hello, there's like no name on it. The color of it is Perfect Brow, which I remember finding particularly strange. I thought that was the name of the product, but it's the color. Anyway, all you need to know is that it's a super narrow sort of brow gel basically. So often on like weekends and stuff, I will just pop this on. I'll do my makeup today as if I were like going to work. That's my everyday sort of routine, my everyday place that I am heading to. This product goes without saying, Glossier Boy Brow, all-time fave, always have on hand, done. Also, wow, I haven't been on YouTube in such a long time. I forgot to mention, your gal is a Glossier rep. So I will have linked below if you want to shop with me. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. It's also linked to my Instagram if you don't feel like going to that link now. But yeah, if you want to shop with me on Glossier, if it's your first time ordering, you'll get 10% off your order. Otherwise, you're basically just supporting me through a little bit of commission that I get. And yeah, that's basically that. So with the brows today, let's use Brow Flick. I will attempt to do this without blocking anything. I will grab a little spoolie and give my brows a brush and an upward motion. And as you can see, I don't have a ton of brow hair, so I actually really like this product for that. I basically just use it to fill in, here, we'll do this side first. I basically use it to fill in any bald patches. Wow, this is really hard to do on camera, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll do this side first instead. Okay, so I basically just really lightly drew in little hairs there. I'll do some at the front. I do less at the front because I typically just focus on that part with whatever brow gel I end up using. All right, again, that's what it looks like with some hairs in there. Again, I won't show you this today. Maybe if I do like a really, really minimal sort of makeup routine one day, I'll show you. But if I were to use this, just for the sake of explaining it in this video, I would basically without having used brow flick at all. Brush through normal, back comb, and kind of use this to like touch and actually draw my brow, and then go through one last third time flicking the brows up. So it's a great product for that. It's quite watery in comparison to Glossier Boy Brow. So on the day-to-day, when I'm going for like a fuller, slightly bushier brow, Boy Brow is still just the number one. Sorry, I know some people hate the hype, but you can't hate the hype when it's good. So I'm going to use that right now. I use Boy Brow in black, and I'm basically just fluffing up the brows in an upward, outward motion a couple of times. Also, another tip, basically whatever side, like I'm spinning the brush as I work, and whatever side I like kind of do the front of my brow with, I spin to get to the side that has product that's untouched and finish out my brow to make sure I'm getting a more even application the whole way across. I think my brows look pretty good. So that was, one shot, one kill, to quote Brad Leone. I would some days use like a liquid liner to get a wing. Those days are few and far between now, but if I am going to do a wing, I have 2 different liquid liners on hand. I like them both equally. The only reason I have both is because I got this Glossier one for free, just full transparency. I bought this one, got this one. So anyway, this is the Ilia Midnight Express Clean Line Liquid Liner, which is a felt tip liner. Does it matter? Can you see it? Can you see it? And then the Glossier one is the Pro Tip one. I think they only have it in black. And this is a brush tip. So if you're like me and don't want to support Kat Von D's shenanigans, although I believe that company is changing its name under new ownership, but basically if you felt like you had to stop using the Kat Von D liner, which is holy grail for most people, the Glossier one is actually very good. I actually like it better. It's a much thinner tip, so if you're going for a more like day-to-day natural, very thin wing, maybe you're only kind of putting a baby wing on the outer side of your eye, this stuff is really good. The Ilia one is just like very black, very good day-to-day. They're both like equal in terms of greatness to me. So with that, I'll actually wait on mascara and I'll use some sort of lip product. And again, since this is just talking about what my day-to-day products are, I want to mention a few. Okay, so depending on the day, I have a few things that I'll reach for. If it's just like a running errand sort of weekend day, I will reach for the Cosa Sport. It's like a tinted lip balm. I'll try to swatch these. So it looks like this is the shade Pulse. So this is very pretty on its own, layered under products, whatever. If I want a sort of like natural nudie gloss sort of look, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills in Terra. Hello. And I love this stuff. It's very pigmented. I actually usually when I use it like scrape because again, I'm a bit more of a natural gal when it comes to my makeups. But that's the shade there. It's just like a warm, beigey, browny, neutral color. If I want more of an orangey shade, just because with having like warm sort of tones in my skin, I like to reach for this stuff. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Oil Lip Gloss. Typically these days, I am not into the matte lip products. So, yep, this applies just like a gloss. That's the shade. It's like a pinky orange tangerine color. Many days I will reach for, I'm missing a few of them right now, but I like the Glossier Generation Gs. I have pretty much every color, at least every color that will work on my skin tone. My favorite one is Zip, which is the red one. And I would say those are like my holy grail products that I reach for the most. Today I'm going to go with like what I've been wearing most days. Oh, excuse me, sir. And that is the Anastasia lip gloss in Terra. So very fitting. Let's do it. And then you can see my strange application of wiping and watch how pigmented it is still. I'll come in close. Like, what? So I'll do one lip. Spread her around and then kind of smooth out those edges. And that's it. Literally like the thinnest layer. This stuff will probably last forever. And then second to final step, I'm going to set my makeup. This is the Pacifica Cherry Matte Setting Spray. Yeah, it's just what I've been using. I got it at Target. And I just realized I totally lied to you guys. I said I would highlight on camera, but full honesty, I just don't. I know it had been a thing on this channel for a while where I was like, I suck at highlighting. I don't highlight. I do now, or at least for a long period of time I did. But these days I just like, I go the path of least resistance with doing my makeups most mornings. It's just like quick and to the point. If I am going to highlight, I will use any of the Glossier Halo Scopes. Or I also like the Natto Beauty Hydra Highlighter, Gold Glow Stick. Yeah, these are also really great. I basically just like cream products, cream highlighters, even though I'm an oily gal. I just feel like they look the most natural and wear the best throughout the day. So with the setting spray out of the way, I always spray that first before I do my mascara. Just, oh my God, I keep hitting my desk. Just because I feel like otherwise you'd be getting mascara and stuff under your eyes. So now I'm going to take the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. And this has kind of an interesting brush. I will come in close and show you. Basically, it's kind of like got a round side and then a flat like comby side. So I will take the round side and just do my initial pass. I'm a wiggler. I wiggle back and forth to start with my application. And then I'm going to comb. And then we're going to dip and apply one more coat. And this is also when I'll do my bottom lashes. And I typically on my bottom lashes kind of try to push the center ones inward because I feel like it maybe does nothing, but I feel like it kind of opens up the eye, makes it look a little rounder, a little brighter. I could be making that up. So that is literally everything. This is the final look, just very like glowy, pinky. And yeah, it's my go-to. So I think that's it. I think that's everything I have to say. If you guys have any questions on the products or anything else about this video, please comment them down below. But yeah, that is it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.